Happy GAQA Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, wonderful Tuesday. I know I am. I am exhausted, though, and my allergies are kicking my tail, and with that comes, like, not being able to breathe and talk, and, you know, you cough a lot, and your body produces, like, this ungodly color of, you know, snot, and it's just gross. But it's life when you have allergies, and especially with me, because I have them all the time, and they are horrific, and it just sucks. But other than that, I'm having a really good Tuesday. I went back to the gym for the first time in a week yesterday, and I am feeling it, like, all over. Like, my trainer makes you hurt in places that you didn't know your body could hurt. And he makes you sweat in places you didn't know your body could sweat. Like, my eyelids were sweating yesterday, to the point where my eyelashes were, like, sticking together. And I didn't even know that was, like, humanly possible. He's just a bad human being, and we tell him that. And he is, like, a beast of a man. He is essentially Hulk without the color. He is, like, 6'4", and he is probably, like, 300. Ridiculous beast of a man. Like, he has muscles on the tops of his feet. It's sick. And so, and he trains a bunch of girls. Like MMA fighters. So we are, you know, lifting, like, 25-pound weights, like, over our heads, like, in a squat, like, you know, sideways, and ridiculous. Like, I can't even begin to tell you some of the ridiculous things that he makes you do, like flip tires and push your truck up and down hills and push sleds with, like, weights on them. And I think it's up there with, like, cruel and unusual punishment. I'm pretty sure. But at the end of the day, you look rockin' awesome, you feel amazing, and he just wants you to be in the best shape of your life. And I think that's why he pushes you so hard, because he knows we're fully capable of doing this. But we just hate life every 2 days afterwards, and I'm going back tomorrow, so we should have fun with that. So Friday's video could be very interesting, because chances are I'm going to be, like, immobile on all levels. But enough about that. We are not here for all of that. We are here for GAQA Tuesday, where I answer all of your Ghost Adventures related questions that you guys asked me all up on the Facebook page. And we have some really, really good ones this week. And Bobby has given me the hookup once again. And she's asked me some really awesome questions. And they're ones that haven't been asked about before. And so I really like doing those, because I know that with 5,000 members, or 5,000 plus, we're almost to that 5,100 member mark, which is ridiculous. And it's been like a week and a half since we hit 5,000. So that just shows you how fast we grow. And I freaking love it. You know, a lot of the questions get recycled, and I want to answer because, you know, the person who asked it may have not been here 3,000 members ago and seen that video. So these, though, are all new ones, and I really like them, and so I'm really excited to get started. So we're going to get started. Okay, thanks, bye! Our first question is, how did Big Steppin' get started? Now, for those of you who don't know, Big Steppin' is Aaron's clothing line, or accessory line. He does, like, all sorts of stuff. Like, he has beanies and socks and shirts and gloves and stickers, and it's just, and anyway, Big Steppin' is, if you ever see Aaron, like, he'll take these, like, really big, like, steps, like he's walking in the background, almost like sneaking behind, but they're huge, and it's hysterical. And I did a little research, and I found out that he's been doing this since, like, high school. He would, like, do it, like, eerily down the school, like, the school hallways, and then once he graduated, he went out and started doing it in public, and the looks that people would give him would just be priceless. They'd be like, what is he? Which is fantastic, because I know those looks, because I get them on a daily basis. Like, I'll be in my car, like, rocking out, because as I've said before, there's always music in my head with one hand in the air. And I'll be, like, jamming out of my car, like, at the stoplight, and just absolutely making a fool of my house, singing at the top of my lungs. I do not give a damn. And the people in the car next to me are like, you know, they're, like, on their phones, like, calling 911 because I need to be committed. So I totally understand the look. And he just started doing it because it was fun for him, and getting the looks and getting the attention. And it just kind of spiraled into this thing, and then he started doing Ghost Adventures, and he would do it on the show, and then people would start imitating him and sending him pictures, be like, Aaron, look, I'm Big Steppin' in this place. And now he always makes a point to take pictures wherever he goes. Excuse me. Like I said, allergies, it's awful. he always makes a point to take pictures wherever he goes and says, you know, like, I was big stepping in, you know, Texas, or I was big stepping in California, and, you know, wherever they're on location, he likes to take a picture. And it's just evolved, and now it's become this massive, successful, like, entity in and of its own, like, with the clothing and the accessories. And so everybody who's a Ghost Adventures fan knows what Big Steppin' is, and we all love it. So I think it's awesome that Aaron is, you know, like, off the wall and just crazy enough to do something like that. I mean, it's totally something I would do. Like, I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care if you think I'm the biggest dork on the planet. And I value the people who appreciate my nerdiness. Because it's not very many. And I love every one of you that do, because it just, nothing is better than being yourself on any given day. And you shouldn't, you know, conform to what society wants you to be, or who you think society should, you know, you should be. You be friends with who you want to be friends with. Put in your life who you want to put in your life. Do what you want to do, because this is the only life you get. You only live once. I know that statement, YOLO, is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, but it is the truest thing I've ever heard in my life. You only live one time. This is the only life you get. You do not get to do it twice. So put the best people in your life that you have. Live how you want to live. If people give you dirty looks and dirty stares because you are being you, forget them. Because they're not important at the end of the day. The people who are important at the end of the day are the ones that love you, care about you, and embrace you in the best way possible. And they take you at your best and at your worst. Because if they can't handle you at your worst, they certainly don't deserve you at your best. So just live for yourself. And that's what I love, because Aaron does that every day. They all do. And I do that too. And he actually said something really cool. I found a really good quote that he said in regards to Big Steppin'. And he says he does it to remind himself that sometimes in life you have to make big steps to make it. Small steps get you somewhere, but big steps get you there faster. And that is just a quote that really hit me, because I'm in my final year of college, and I've got to make some decisions for myself, for my career. And I'm looking to move away, and I'm looking to start my life in, you know, my career life. Somewhere else that's not Missouri. There's just nothing here, and it's just not where I want to spend my career life. And so I'm making those steps, and right now my college is my small steps, but I know that I'm going to start making big steps to do something really great, and I can't wait for the day. It's not getting here fast enough. I'm tired of school, and I'm ready to just have my dream job and do, you know, what I want to do with the rest of my life, and I will get there hell or high water. And so that quote is going to be something that sticks with me for sure, because it really applies to my life right now. I have to make some big decisions and take some big steps to get to my dream, and I'm not going to let anything hold me back. I'm going to do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to take sacrifice, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be happy. And that's the bottom line there. So thank you, Aaron, for that wonderful quote, because truth, like that could end up a tattoo somewhere for sure. On my body, because that's just how good that is. So really awesome question. I love that one because it just applies to me in so many ways, and to a lot of people, I'm sure. So awesome sauce. Moving on, our next question is, when did Zach get the tattoo on the back of his neck? Now, if you know, he has a tattoo that's like in the middle of his shoulder blades, and it's of like this, it's like of the Grim Reaper, but it's like with the skull, and it's just a really cool, awesome tattoo. And a little backstory on the tattoo is he got that following his experience at Poveglia Island in Italy. And he got that because he had almost like a semi-possession experience there. He was full-on possessed by something. And it was a really scary experience for him. And I think it was a scary experience for a lot of Ghost Adventures fans as well. To see Zach kind of transform before our eyes. I mean, if anybody knows Ghost Adventures like the back of their hand, like most of us do, we knew that instantly was not Zach. That was in no way, shape, or form Zach Bagans at all. He had evil in his eyes, and you could see it in his face, and his face didn't even look the same. He was just very stern and very cold. And so he got that tattoo, he said before, as a symbol of his struggle at Poveglia. The struggle between good and evil. I think he was fighting within himself, and he was fighting off demons that we could not see, that we were experiencing through him, but we could not experience ourselves. And that is his way of commemorating something really big in his life. I think that was, you know, a turning point in his life. that showed him for the first time, I think, just how serious this can get and how fast it can get, because we only seen a portion of it. I think the true, damn you, Rob. I hate him. I think the true, length of time was like an hour and a half of him just screaming profanities at Aaron and Nick and himself and whoever else, you know, was involved. I think it was just absolutely terrifying to him, and he only shows part of it because while he doesn't have children, he has a niece and nephew that he cares about very much, and he did not want them to see their uncle like that, which I greatly respect him for. I think kids are exposed to far too many things that are evil in this world, and that was just his way of shielding and protecting him. I'm sure protecting them. I'm sure that, you know, his family has seen it. The ones that he wants to experience that has seen it. But other than that, I don't think that anybody else has seen it, nor will they ever, because it's just something that is very scary to him. And so that is why he has the tattoo on the back of his neck. It is a symbol of his experience at Poveglia and his battle within himself at that time. And I think it's a really awesome way to commemorate that, as you can tell. Like, you know, I have ink everywhere, and each one of these has a meaning, and I am a firm believer in don't get a tattoo that means absolutely nothing to you, because you're just going to regret it. You're going to look at yourself and go, WTF. Why did I get that? Make sure it always has meaning, and it always has symbol, and it always has something that's special to you. And so that is awesome. I love talking about Zach and tattoos. So when I get to do both at the same time, day made. Now, our last question is, we know that Ashley does the GAC still photography, but is she on lockdown with them as well? And if you guys don't, you're going, who? Ashley who? We are talking about Ashley Wasley, who is Jay's wife, and she does all the still photography, like all the still shots for the GAC. And I do think that for the most part, she's probably on lockdown with them most of the time. I don't know about every time, and I don't know if she's there as long as they are, but I know that we've seen her on camera. She's been brought in on lockdowns before, like when they went back to the Birdcage Theater and stuff. They had Ashley do a kind of impromptu lockdown with them, so she was there for that. I don't know if she's there every single time. I assume so, because she does do all of the still photography for the show. But I don't know if she's actually at lockdown with them all the time, unless there's a reason for her to be there. Like if they want her to take still, I know sometimes they take still shots during lockdown, and I would think, or they've come back at the end of the show and said, oh, you know, while we were on lockdown, we took this still photo. And so I think that more than likely, if she's with them prior to that she's probably more than welcome to be on lockdown. We just may not see her on camera all the time. And so, yeah, I think that she's pretty much there with them. I think she's a pretty big integral part of the GAC. And I think the reason that, you know, like Billy's wife and things like that aren't, I mean, they have kids and they have a family, and Ashley and Jay don't have kids. So they are just in that position to where they can just kind of pack up and go and hit the road and do what they need to do, and do what they love, and then come home and decompress, and then go back at it, you know, like a day later, because they're ridiculous and they do things all the time. So yeah, I think she's pretty much with them as much as Jay is, because I think she just travels with him and chooses to be with him, and I think that's awesome. I think that if you have that type of relationship with your husband or your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that you can work together and then go home at the end of the day and not want to kill each other, that's pretty freaking awesome. And I think that that is a really awesome relationship to have. And so yeah, I think that she's with him quite a bit. But that is all I have for GAQA Tuesday. We had a pretty short list today, which is okay, because like I said, I'm sore and tired and exhausted and all of the above, and I don't feel the best because Mother Nature has decided to kick my butt, stupid pollen. But I will see you guys tomorrow for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions that, once again, you guys asked me all up on the Facebook page, and then I will be back for GA Flashback Friday to recap one of our past favorite episodes of Ghost Adventures. So until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic, wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Stay happy, stay healthy, enjoy the springtime unless you have crappy allergies like me, which probably works out for me to be like, you know, watching a movie or something inside where it's safe and where I can breathe. But I will see you guys tomorrow for What Should I Do Wednesday. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Much love and happiness.